Also the most powerful technique for doing revision. So we call it RRR, the triple R. It's not the movie RRR, but yes, something similar to that name. Now, what does triple R stand for? So the first R stands for read, second is recollect, and the last one is redo. So we'll see what exactly it is and what will be the impact of that. Now, the idea of revision is that you remember things and you ensure that your understanding remains there for a longer duration. So deep understanding is basically the final goal of revision. Now, what happens is the first stage of RRR, the triple R revision technique is reading. Now, what happens is most of you will make notes. Now, notes making is also a science that need to be understood properly. So, in fact, we'll be talking about note taking separately in detail later on. Now, for the time being, let us say you know how to make good notes. So, the first level of that is read, where you just read your notes. You see, okay, all this have been taught. So that is level 1. I'll say that is what 80% of the student does, but that's very superficial. Just reading alone is not going to help you out with the revision, which final goal is to have deep understanding and remember everything. Now, you might have heard the concept of shadow boxing in boxing. So, idea of shadow boxing is that you fight a shadow. You assume that, okay, this is your shadow and they'll be punching you left, right. How will you move? How will you tackle, and how will you punch back? That technique is called shadow boxing. Now, why this is necessary? See, a simple thing is, let us say if I want to learn how to drive a car, I'll keep on seeing my friend. I've seen my friend driving car for 10 years. That doesn't mean that I can drive car. Same thing with boxing. Like if you go for your first match without practice, you'll be done for. So that's why when you think of the shadow boxing, it helps you to become better at it. It helps you to understand better in your mind, okay, this situation happened, what to do, this situation happened, what to do. So it's like training your muscle memories. Now shadow teaching is also something similar. I'll say, in fact, I believe that the best way to learn something is to teach it. Because otherwise you might feel that, okay, whatever you have heard your teacher saying, you know that, but no, you do not. So that's where shadow teaching comes into the play. So you can teach concept. In fact, daily you can teach concept maybe for 5-10 minutes. See, when you teach concept, the idea is not for the other person to gain knowledge. The idea is for you to reflect back whether you have understood it or not. No matter what kind of excuse you want to give to yourself, that this happened, that happened, it doesn't matter. It's just one simple thing, you lack conceptual clarity.